Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nicole. If you're new here, welcome, and don't forget to subscribe. If you have already subscribed, welcome back, and don't forget to like and leave a comment. Okay, guys, I'm a little bit nervous because I'm gonna be speaking about a topic that has affected my life for about 5 years. So I was in an abusive relationship for 5 years, roughly 4.5 to 5 years of my life, and I decided that this was a topic that I really needed to talk about because I don't see enough people talking about it. And I'm just here to give you guys some tips. These are some tips that I used in order to help me to get out of this relationship or this situation, and I figured it could be useful to somebody. If it end up helping, if it's even one person, I'll be happy about that. So I'm just gonna share some tips with you guys, and hopefully it will be able to help someone. Okay, so as you know, if you know anything about abuse, you know it comes in different forms. There's physical, there's psychological, there's financial abuse, there's verbal abuse, but today I'm not gonna really get into explaining what each one is, but I'm gonna give you guys 12 tips on how to get out of a situation if you will find yourself in a situation like that. Okay, so the first tip number 1 is pray and pray a lot. Okay, this may seem or sound cliche to some of you guys, but prayer works, trust me, it does. Pray and ask God to remove you from this situation. Tip number 2, self-care. Start eating healthy and start exercising, because when you're in a situation like that, a toxic situation, you're going to start feeling depressed. You may also feel anxious at times. So exercise will end up helping you a whole lot, because when you exercise, it helps your body to release endorphins, and this it sends happy signals to the brain, which in turn helps to decrease anxiety and depression, right? Which will also help to increase your self-esteem. Okay, because you're going to lose all your sense of self-worth, and you're gonna start feeling depressed. And if you're depressed, you're gonna know by, well, when I was depressed, I was sleeping a lot, I was always tired, I didn't have any energy. And once I started exercising, and this really helped me. Okay, tip number 3, don't allow your spouse or your significant other to get acquainted with all your friends. Okay, this is very important. Do not allow them to be like, you can have your 1 and 2 friends that you are like, you allow him to know or whatever, but they shouldn't be friends like that, where they're friends on Instagram or they're friends on Facebook, or they have your friends' phone numbers. Because when a person is abusive or a narcissist, they'll tend to want to cut you off from your friends, so they'll probably start doing things to isolate you. And if they can't control you, they'll try to get in your friend's head, okay? And try to tell your friends things so your friends stop talking to you. So especially the friends that don't let them get too close to the friends that are dear to your heart, okay? The ones that you know that you can run to if it's a case of emergency or something, okay? Tip number 4, understand that his friends, they are not your friends. So his friends are his friends, they are not your friends, okay? So be careful what you say to his friends. So like if you guys get in an argument or a fight or whatever, be careful what you say to his friends, because they are his friends, they have his back, and whatever you say to them, they may end up bringing back this information to your spouse, okay? So be very careful about that. Tip number 5, make a list of your contacts. So I know everyone have their contacts nowadays in their phones, and don't memorize contact information anymore, but make a list and keep it in your diary or something, or on a piece of paper where you can hide somewhere safe, because you're going to need just in case this person end up taking your phone from you, and it's in a case of an emergency and you need to contact somebody. Say for instance you don't want to call the police, if you don't want to call 911, at least try to memorize or know your important contact information, and put it up in a safe place so you can have this to contact someone, okay? And also what I'm gonna put with number 5 is take pictures and recordings of the abuse, because this may become handy in this case where you probably need to file a police report or a restraining order or something. And don't keep these information in your phone. Send them to your email or to a close friend, or if you have a family lawyer or something, send this information to those people. Don't keep it in your phone, because I know in my case, my spouse actually went in my phone and deleted pictures and stuff that I had, and he would be searching through my phone and stuff as well. So don't keep these information in your phone. Send them to someone, okay? Guys, I have a list here, so I had to make a list, okay? Tip number 6, keep a trusted friend or family member in the loop about what's going on in your relationship. So your abuser is going to try to cut you off from your friends and your family and anyone that they know is close to you. I know it's gonna be hard, guys, and it's probably gonna be embarrassing, but even if you don't want to tell them everything, at least let them have an idea of what's going on. Because if in the case something happens to you, like if he ends up that your family or friends or somebody knows what's going on, so that if that happens, that they know who is responsible, okay? So keep your family and your friends in the loop about what's going on. Even if you don't tell them everything, try to give them a heads up about what's going on, okay? Tip number 7, get a job. You're going to need some sort of financial independence. Most cases, the abuser is not going to want you to work. They're going to want you to be at home all the time, and that's, if they don't want you to work, most times it's a sign of them trying to control you and ensuring that they have total control, because if you're not able to work, then you won't able to have any money to get an apartment if you need one, or even to buy food or whatever. You need to have a sense of independence, and work, you need a job not only for independence, but when you're in a situation like that, it is an escape as well, meaning it allows you not to be around this person all day every day. Like it gives you some space to breathe sometimes, so that you know that you're not always in that environment. Okay, it gives you a breather. Tip number 8, try to save some money. Okay, even though you're working, you'll be like, oh, that's a given. Yeah, no, not everybody that's working is able to save. And your abuser is going to try to not let you save money, because they know that if you have money, then you'll be able to go and get your own place if you want to. You may be able to, you're gonna be able, and especially in Canada, like money is everything. Like you have to have money to do everything in this country. So they're not gonna want you to have any money, okay? They're not gonna want you to have any money. So you're going to need to, you're gonna have to try to like hide money somewhere, or if you can hide it in your house. Well, my case, I couldn't hide it in my house because that person would always be searching the house and stuff, and my going into my bag, my handbags, like searching my bags, taking out my money and stuff like that. So I could not keep any money in the house. What I had to do was to actually open a new bank account. And it's funny because when I first when when I came to this country, I wasn't able to open an account on my own because I wasn't a resident or a citizen or whatever. I couldn't open a bank account. So he had to come with me to enable me to open an account. So we end up opening a joint account. So my money would always be going to that account, and he would have access to it. So he would just go in there and take out what he wanted to take, and he would just take what he want, and he wouldn't ask no question. He would just, okay. And so I wasn't able to save, and like he would always be finding some kind of reason for me to spend my money. He always have some problems or some issue, or it's always finding reasons for me to spend my money, so I can't end up saving anything. So how I found out I could open an account on my own, like the bank ended up calling me one day, and they were offering me a line of credit, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll take it. And then I was like, can I also open a new account? And he was like, yeah, sure. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah. I was like, okay, I'd like to open an account. I think it was another checking account or something I opened. I was like, I just with just my name in it, okay? And then I eventually got my paycheck to be transferred over to that account every month. So that's how I was able to save money. So try to save, guys, because if you don't have any money, you won't be able to save to get your own plate, get a new place, or even to buy food or any of your little things that you'll probably need. Okay, number 9, sorry, that one was long. Number 9, learn the transportation system. That might sound like a given, right? Not really. For people who are from a different country, like myself, when I first came here, I did not know how to take the train. I didn't know anything about how the bus system worked. I didn't know anything about Uber, because we don't have those things in Jamaica. Like, we have a bus system, but the bus system isn't like it is here. And we don't have trains and that kind of and stuff like that here. We have taxis, but it's not like Uber, okay? So learn the transportation system. Get familiar with GPS. I know when I left Jamaica, there wasn't any GPS system set up there. It's different now, thank God. It's different now, so I didn't know anything about GPS or anything. I had to learn when I came here. Yeah, so get familiar with GPS. If you're from a different country and you never had this, get familiar with the GPS system on your phone. Learn to take the bus and the train. and also get the Uber app on your phone, so that you're not always dependent on this person to take you everywhere that you want to go, guys. You need to have some sense of independence. And also get, if you don't drive and stuff like that, like have your own car and stuff, having a shopping app to buy food especially is very important. Because I want to tell you that this person actually left me here in this country for 2 weeks on my own without any food or money, and I had to call my mom for her to send money to me. Okay, so, and I had a shopping app on my phone, and that was what I was able to use at the time. Okay, so learn the transport system, learn how to get around on your own so that you'll have some independence. Okay, guys. Number 10, get information from your human resource department. If you're working, get information from your human resource department about available resources for domestic abuse victims. Hopefully this tip is more helpful to you than it was for me. I don't know if it's because I wasn't a resident or a citizen here as yet, why they felt that they couldn't assist me or something. I don't know, but I did go to my HR department for information, and they said they couldn't help me. I don't know if it's because I was on a work permit at the time and stuff like that, and I wasn't a resident or a citizen as yet. So I don't know, but HR departments out there, if you're listening to this, you need to have this kind of information for your employees. Please, you do, because sometimes you guys are the only source of information that some people may have. Because believe it or not, guys, there are people who are in relationships right now who their spouse is so controlling and of everything. They have like cameras set up in the house watching them. They have control over the computer, like they'll be searching the computer and stuff to search history, and they'll have things set up on the computer to watch what you're doing on the computer. They'll have like, some people have even like baby monitors monitoring their spouse at home. Like, some people have tracking devices on their cars or on their phones. Like, it's crazy what's going on out here, guys. It may sound weird, but yeah, things like this do happen. So sometimes the only place a person can or may able to get information is from their job, or maybe from their job, maybe their human resource department, or from people that they know. Okay, guys. Number 11, when you eventually get out of this relationship, move away. Move out of, so move out of the area or the building that you live in. And if you can't move, get a restraining order, please. Okay, I know that this may not help sometimes, but it's better than nothing. But if you're able to move, move. And please do not, you remember the part where I said his friends are his friends, they're not your friends. Do not share your location or your address with anyone that this person knows. Don't share it with anyone of his friends, or anyone that you may know through this person. Okay, like anyone that you know that knows him. Don't share your location, don't put where you live online. Don't Just don't do it. Okay, and you have to cut everybody off. You have to cut everybody that knows him off, all his friends, all his family, anyone that you know through him. You have to just cut them off, because to keep yourself safe, I mean, they probably may have your best interests at heart, but things do slip, and sometimes things do slip, and you never know what they might end up saying back to this person. So try to it's gonna be hard, guys, especially if you have developed good friendships or relationships with some of these people. It's gonna be hard, but you have to look out for yourself. You just have to disconnect with everyone, okay? And last but not least, number 12. This is something that a lot of black people especially don't like hearing, but you're gonna need therapy, okay? I'm looking at you. Yeah, you're gonna need therapy. Guys, you're going to need therapy. I mean, all of us are going through something that therapy can help. I haven't officially gotten therapy yet, but what I went back to school for, because I went back to college after I left this relationship, and I studied for PTA, OTA, which is physiotherapist, occupational therapist assistant, and I learned a lot about how to cope with things like this through going back to school, especially during the course that I did. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about humans and human behavior and different disorders, and guys, what I basically learned is like people in this world are messed up, and it's sad, but it's true. But yeah, guys, get therapy. Get therapy, because PTSD is no joke. It's no joke. It's no joke. And PTSD, that's post-traumatic stress disorder, if you don't know. And guys, this is not something that just affects pregnant women. I hate when people say that. It's not just a pregnant woman thing, okay? It this is something that affects people, like anyone who has been through a traumatic experience, like domestic violence or sexually assaulted or involved in a serious accident, war, natural disaster. If you've been assaulted in any way, you will experience and go through PTSD. So that in itself, you're going to need therapy for, guys. I'm gonna need. I'm doing a lot of self-help things. I'm watching a lot of self-help programs like on YouTube, trying to listen to a lot of self-help audiobooks and stuff like that. But eventually, I will need to get therapy in some way, because during this relationship, I did get a couple injuries. I got a concussion and a fractured spine as a result of being in this relationship, guys. So I will have to get therapy eventually, because even from my fractured spine injury, I know the older I get, it's gonna be a problem the older I get. So I'm gonna have to get some sort of therapy, okay? But guys, yeah, please get therapy. You're gonna need therapy, okay? You're gonna need it. All right, guys, so I hope this was helpful, and I hope it end up helping somebody out there who needs the help. Guys, if you're in an abusive situation, I don't want to get emotional, guys, but if you're in an abusive situation right now, especially in this pandemic, my heart goes out to you. Honestly, my heart goes out to you, because if there's anything that I'm happy about, I'm so happy that I left this situation before this pandemic happened, because I don't think I would have been sitting here in front of you today if I was still in this situation during this pandemic. Guys, if you find yourself feeling like you would rather to not be on this earth anymore rather than to be in your relationship, please leave. It's not worth it. Life is too short for people to sit years upon years into a situation like this. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Life is meant to be lived. You're supposed to be happy. Like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Like, it's not worth it, guys. It's not worth it. I'm trying so hard not to get emotional, but no, it's not worth it. Because that's how I felt. I felt like I would rather to not be here if I had to stay another minute in this relationship. That's how I felt. And then the audacity of some of these people who, like some of his family members, that ended up calling me and telling me that I should come back to this relationship when I left. I'm like, are you crazy? Are you crazy? You must be out of your mind. Like, seriously? You must be out of your mind. Come back for what? Come back for what? No, it's not worth it. It's not worth it, guys. It's not worth it. Don't listen to these flying monkeys. Don't listen to these people, guys. And if you don't know what flying monkeys mean, look it up. Don't listen to these people. Anyone that's encouraging you to stay in an abusive or toxic relationship, do not listen to them. Okay? Get out, because you may end up losing yourself or your life in the process. Don't do it. Please get out. Okay? But anyways, guys, I'm gonna end this video right here. I don't want to end up crying on camera, but get out, guys, please. Get out, please. I'm gonna end this video with some information. Like, if you live in Canada and you're in a situation like this and you need help, I'm going to end this video with some information as to where you can get help. And yeah, guys, and if there's anyone out there that you witnessed someone being abused, call 911, please. Call 911, or try to get them some kind of help or something. But if it's a case where it's a case of emergency and you see something happening, call the police, please. Yeah, guys, well, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm sorry, some people are probably gonna be mad at me for making this video, but I just felt like I needed to do this. My heart was overwhelmed and I felt I needed to make this video, guys. Yeah, but thank you guys for watching, and thank you so much for the support, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.
You take my love for granted, say a bunch of stuff you never mean, yeah. I think I need a minute to figure out my limits. You cross them more than once, yeah. You take my closer to just being nothing.